Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a nice long weekend. Here in the US was a bank holiday on Monday. So I hope everybody had a good rest. And now it's Tuesday, so it's a short week. But today is going to be a very good one. We're going to have a session with our team, with Patrick and Steve. Welcome, Patrick. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Fabio. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Fabio.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
I hope everyone is on fire, born ready, my friends. Come on, we have nice things is looking up. So, Steve, before we start, Fabio, please show us the risk disclaimer. Come on. Only just for a few seconds. Read, understand, accept.
All right, let's go, guys.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Steve, so I'm happy that you be here, that you can share also something about your trading style, what you're doing, because I'm retired, I'm happy, I'm an old man now. But for the morning, so what's your morning routine? How you get prepared for the market? Where you're looking for?
Of course, yeah. So for me, thanks, Patrick. First things first is I look for volatility. Where is the volatility incoming, or have we already had the volatility kick pre-market? So we look at today, not yet. Market's been consolidating. We've been in a tight range for about a few hours. No surprise. Why? Because we have news upcoming after the New York Open. So of course we're going to get that volatility kick on New York Open, which I wait for. I'm patient, especially if the price is not moving. I'm not able to measure my risk properly. I wait. And today, we have a few news prints. We have the S&P PMI 15 minutes after, and we have the ISM PMI, so big one, about 30 minutes after on the 1 hour close. So for me, I'm patient. I wait so I can measure my risk more properly, and I just see what price action gives us. Because then again, I'm not here to pick bottoms, pick tops. I'm here to just be on the right side of the trend when it comes and take my profit once it enters solid zones of supply and demand or high levels of exposure, like what's presented by Fabio MenthorQ. So yeah, I mapped out everything as well. So that's my second thing. First is volatility and be prepared for the news events. Second, map out the levels. Areas of interest where I would start taking profit once I create my bias. Right now, long or short, doesn't matter, right, Patrick? We are completely neutral. Completely neutral, because if you stick to one bias completely before market, especially when there's no volatility, and you get stuck on that idea, and it starts squeezing against your position without proper risk management, that's when you can already kind of lose out on the day where you lost too much, or you have your max pain, your max loss, and you're not able to recover quick enough because the market moves so fast. So sorry, Patrick, you're going to say something.
Yeah, but I like the word printing. So you were saying we're printing. How much you want print today? How you set your goals for the day? What is your plan? So do you come with a clear plan in the mind in the day about risk, about profit? So let's take a look into your mind and share something with us.
Yeah. So of course, you know that I always split my brokers up. I never use copy traders, and I always go through the 1% rule. For the day on the broker, to keep myself safe, especially for the next day in the upcoming weeks, I never go past my 1%. 1% rule, keep it easy, keep it simple, especially when you're able to build yourself enough capital, whether it's a prop firms, whether it's personal, whether it's investment capital, doesn't matter. For me, the 1% rule always worked. Keep it simple, spread it across brokers, have multiple, keeps yourself in the game much longer as well. And yeah, and I just wait for the volatility, because there's no way you could properly measure your risk right now. Like, look at price action right now coming into New York Open. It's completely dead. Completely dead. Where are you going to set your risk? The top side to the bottom side. Let's say your risk is up here. Let's say you're going for a short idea, no financial advice, but I'm just saying for a short idea, your risk is up here and your bid is down here. Where are you taking profit? And look how much it's spread on the top side. no clear direction. Sure, the VIX is up about 6% this morning on the gap up, but the VIX hasn't shown its hand either. So yeah, so I just wait. I know the newsprints and the news events are coming up, so there's no reason to rush in. I don't need to pick up the top, pick up the bottom. People need to get away from that factor to always be so precise. All you need is a 1 or 2 impulses of that day. Pick up enough pips or ticks to satisfy, you know, like that you're on the right side of the trend in that moment. Of course, that the trend can turn at any moment, but that's why we have the levels here. Once they enter these reaction zones and the strikes and the exposure, the market makers start flipping their hand, either start hedging or start releasing their hands, then that's a good time to take profit as well. So there's multiple factors always. But now we're on the SPY, we're settling on the blind spot, one of the blind spot levels that's holding a support for a few hours. I marked this out. We have the blind spot 1 right below, as well as the put support. So obviously these were heavy areas of demand. So I'm just labeling them green. And above the 564 is a strong call resistance. We rejected here pre-market during the Linda session, so we'll mark that as well. Nice clear path to the upside. I'm not saying we're going to go up, but it's looking like a clear path to the upside, especially on the QQQ. We're kind of settling on the high volume levels, your DTE. This was like a nice area of demand pre-market as well as on the Friday close. So yeah, I'm just kind of zooming out here, seeing what's happening, see how the previous price action reacted from these areas on about blind spot 1 on the 470 as well as the 475 and the 470 put support. This is a strong area demand on Thursday. Zooming out on NASDAQ. So yeah, like whatever we've been doing for the past few days, we've just been ranging. We had the strong sell-off on Monday, and now we just kind of been ranging on the downside. Lots of reports of the rate cut coming in on September. So it's no surprise that we sell off. Of course, the market's going to sell off leading into the rate cut. This is something I truly don't understand why people think we're going to be going up if there's a rate cut. Economy is weak. The legs are starting to fall. We've been pumping for over 2 years right now. And finally, the rate cut is incoming. I'm not saying there's going to be a flurry of rate cuts. Maybe we only have 1 rate cut, and all of a sudden they settle at this rate, and we keep going forward. But Jay Powell's been obviously whispering. The market's been whispering rate cuts. I think they're probably confirming it most likely. But of course, nothing's set in stone, and the market's been selling off. So it's painting the clear picture right now on the long term. So
yeah, and I think we should not forget we came now in the last month of the quarter. So the last month of the quarter is always something where people want fix something, who want be take profits, especially the big ones, the institutional. So think about quarter reports to investors. So you want present something. So there's also something going on always in the last month of the quarter. And yeah, we should also prepare for this. And for everyone, Barlow, thank you, my friend. Happy September. Yeah, welcome. Welcome in the new month. Everything is set on 0 now on this month. Come on. It will be nice stuff. But Steve, I like this. So when you talk about the rules, the 1% rule, what do you use? I personally use most of the time a fixed amount, or I will never lose my profit from the day before. So this was my main rule always. But how you hold yourself accountability? How are you looking into this if you follow your rules every single day?
Yeah. So for me, there's actually 3 different ways that I hold myself accountable. One, of course, is my trading journal. I use a software. Patrick knows as well. Doesn't matter which software you use. There's a lot out there. We're not promoting here, but yeah, I use the personal trading journal. I import all my MT5 brokers right in. Boom. I analyze for the day, the setups, the mistakes. I do also like a month-end reporting as well. That comes from my accounting background. I always like to do the month-end, quarter-end reporting, see how my statistics work on the setups, on the mistakes, profit and loss, especially on the timing. I always look at the timing. Timing is so important. How long you're holding your winners and how long you're holding your losers. I think this is a very important metric. A lot of traders need to.
Market is open, by the way.
And the market is open, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get some volatility right now. And then 15 minutes, remember, we have the S&P PMI, and then 30 minutes, we have the big ISM PMI. So the second for me, of course, is the community. This is the accountability I enjoy. post to you guys every day my results. You know, like the intro, kind of like live into a trade, is also and a little summary of the conclusion once I close the trade, why I closed it, where we are in the market. Put on some confluence as well as extra confirmation. This for me is very important. Hold yourself accountable, not only for yourself, but in a community. This always helps. It's like that extra confluence for yourself when you're being accountable. And for me, third, of course, is the family, right? I have a family. We be accountable for our finances, for expenses, for mortgage or home and everything. So I have to be accountable to the family at all times. So for me, this is a very important accountability as well. Because if you're, you know, you have a family, you have expenses to pay, not only with your 9 to 5, but if you're trading, you have to hold yourself accountable with your family, because this is very important. Especially, you know, of course, if you're living single, it's different, but if you have a family and you're sharing, you know, you're sharing the wealth, but not only wealth, the fees and whatever comes. Oh, look at this. Okay, we're getting some volatility right now, but yeah, that's for me, Patrick, is one, my personal journal, the community, and with my family. How about yourself?
Myself is always about the family, and have a trading partner, have a trading buddy, where you can talk about every day about your stuff, and then send them the track record from today to a trading buddy, and this is where you become the best way of accountability. Yeah, it's the same what we was doing, Steve. You were sending us the track records. You were sending me yours. I was sending you mine. And then we was looking into this and saying, okay, good day, bad day, what shit we was doing. Or, I don't know. We was explaining something. It was accountability. But look into the market now. This is something what I really like. And here we came to something. So we are on the QQQ. We can see this on Steve. We are open below high wall 0 DTE. Boom. And this is exactly what we want looking. So what is high wall and high wall 0 DTE, Fabio? Maybe you can explain this in 1 minute, and we enjoy the nice down move on this area.
Yeah, so the high vol level is typically kind of like a level or area that it dictates the change between positive and negative gamma for the asset. So it's normally a level that brings a lot of volatility. The 0 DTE would be the level for the next expiration. So the Friday, or actually the daily for the QQQ, the Friday for the stocks. So it's today's expiration. And obviously that typically brings a lot of volatility as well, because of the option, 0 DTE options that have 0 days to expirations.
Yeah, correct. And here's the good point. So, and this is something what I was seeing very often, and maybe you can confirm, Steve, how often we have a really clear trend when the market is opened. So it's I would say it's less than 20%. So when we open and we go straight to the downside, most of the time, what will happen? We open, we get one direction, up or down, and then boom, we come back. So and here's one of the reasons why people losing the first money. So they get FOMO. They see maybe now we get a crazy down move on the QQQ. Nice. They get FOMO. They want it. Boom. And then the market shift and blow up your account, or blow up your challenge account, or something like this. I was there and was helping some prop firm for a while. Everyone knows this, who was with me in the Chat with Traders community, and there was something what I was always prepared for. People was losing in the first hour the craziest money, where they stopped out his account, where they lose the money, or something like this. This was always in the first hour. And after this, they get the pain. Why? Because they see we get the clear direction in the middle of the day, near the end of the day. But most of the time, we will never get this in the opening. And for this reason, my friends, don't get trapped. If you be there, of course, it's perfect. There was a nice setup. This is something what we really like. We open below high wall 0 DTE. Me and Fabi, we were speaking very, very often about this. Congratulations to everyone who take this. But FOMO is not a good one in this case.
Yeah. It's funny when you say the first hour, it's like they lose it all in the first few minutes, Patrick, not the first hour. Because the first few minutes, yeah, like it's not worth it. Just step back, let it take its areas of supply demand imbalance, whatever you call it. And like you could even wait for the first 50 minutes, or at least wait for the 1 hour close. We always, a lot of times, waited. Or if we're in a position, a lot of times like the market could switch its hands on that 1 hour close, especially if it was coming to an important level. We always find it doesn't happen like that every day, but so many times we saw that the 1 hour close shifted the other direction. It was either a good time to take profit, or it could have been a good time to hold as well, just depending where it was, where the S&P was as well. What you're trading, especially if you're trading individual stocks. Look at the individual stocks right now. Tesla up 2%, and the rest of the market's down. Tesla, it's always.
And now let's watch into QQQ. We came now to the blind spot level 5. Can we hold this, or did we go directly to the put support CUDT? So let's see. Relax. And as Steve was saying, so we will get the events. We get the events. So in 10 minutes, the first will show up. Then 15 minutes later, so there will be something happen. Don't get FOMO now. Wait. And this is one of the biggest friendly advice what we can give you. And this was a real story. I was really working for a really good professional prop firm, but I was helping the traders also as a mentor. And I get 80% of the time the message from the traders that they was losing his daily buying power or daily loss limit in the opening, because they weren't so sure, man, this goes up or this goes down. They're going in and the volatility kicks in, and boom, they was out in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. And then they weren't so hard depressed. They bullshit everyone. They was depressed, because then the move, of course, what they was looking for, they was showing up, but maybe 1 hour later, and they cannot trade anymore because the daily loss limit was hit. As Steve was saying, I asked him, hey, what's your daily goal? He say, I will never lose more than 1%. And if he now goes in and lose 1%, the day is done. Boom. Become accountability. Next part, we have as a professional, you have an accountability partner, or you have the community like what we have. And that's it. And if you want be accountability, so maybe it helps you to send Steve or send me a private message in the Discord. Send us your track record. Maybe we will not answer, or we will look into this when you want, but you can send us. So sometimes it's only helpful if you know, oh shit, today I must send my track record to Steve. Oh shit, today I must send my track record to Steve. And you will be more patient. Find someone who helps you with this. That's so amazing. And the next crazy stuff is like our blind spots. Look at this. We are now in the market, blind spot 5. We was holding this. Crazy. I love it.
Yeah. And if you zoom out as well, like look at the area from Friday as well, where it's bouncing off of. Clear area of demand, right? We're holding above this area for, like close to 3 days. I guess including Sunday as well, but kind of gives you that extra confirmation. And now the put support on 470 on QQQ as well. And we're only like in the first 10 minutes. And now look at the market stretched. Now you can measure your risk. It's stretched. It gives you more, like a higher probability whether you go long or short. It doesn't matter right now. So now your probability has increased because you're patient. And you kind of waited for like the VIX to make its move as well. VIX is up 9% right now. Let's look at individual stocks. Tesla's the only one that's up now, breaking highs. Tesla up 2%. Nvidia down, man. Nvidia's been dropping, guys, ever since earnings. Nvidia has been making new lows since it actually broke the lows from earnings right now. Nvidia down close to 5%.
And there's also
there.
And there's also something what I want to told you guys. So maybe you can give me really short the stream, Fabio.
Yeah.
All right. So I will look always into the liquid snapshot. So he was saying, Steve, to look at NVIDIA. What I'm doing, I'm going in the query board from the MenthorQ. I'm looking to the liquidity snapshot from NVIDIA and what I can see. So the 1-day expected move is 2.9%. And then I'm also looking into the QQQ. So, okay, how big is the move now from the QQQ? Boom. Let's look into this so that I get prepared, so that I know, okay, when we're speaking about risk management, how I should be manage my risk. First, I must know what Steve was saying. The market is stretched. You can also say, okay, I know the market will move 1%, the expected move. So, okay, then let's go also into the rigs real quick. How big can the rigs move today? Because this is always, most of the time, our second confirmation. So we have an expected move on 5.3%. This speaks for volatility kicks in. So, and it's okay, Fabio. So I think this is something what you can also use. So Steve is waiting for that the market is stretched. But if you be a stock trader and not a futures trader, one good stuff for you is look in the liquidity snapshot for the stocks. Look how big could be the 1-day expected move. How big can the market stretch? That you can talk about your risk management. This is also one good point. And when we came to the second, sorry, Fabio.
No, I think, Patrick, tomorrow we're gonna show some really exciting things on the live that we're gonna have on earnings tomorrow afternoon. So
yeah, we will go also into this, but this is also some point where Steve was saying, okay, now the market is stretched. Yeah, the market is stretched, but we can also looking into the liquidity snapshot to see how big we can stretch today. That we have any idea how big we can go. But Steve, we have some few minutes. Let's go through some questions. So what is most of the time your second confirmation? Speak always have a second confirmation. What is your favorite second confirmation when you go into the market?
So for me, I always talk about, yeah, like of course, volatility. And the second confirmation to align with patience is I set my alerts. So I set my alerts on S&P, NASDAQ, even sometimes Dow Jones. I even set my alerts on like VIX as well. And wait for one of these major assets to hit a level, hit a strong level of supply and demand, hit a strong level of exposure, and see where the rest of the market is. This is what I like to do. So that's my second confirmation. And then I try and line my confluences with that alert. And if the trade makes sense, the risk makes sense, then I enter. But I don't go all in on my my bids. I like to be a little flexible and split them out, put a little test, and then see what happens afterwards. So yeah, that's for me. That's my second confirmation, is the alert system, and this helps me to be patient, and this helps me not to overtrade, which is like a big issue that a lot of traders have, is overtrading.
Yeah, overtrading. And then we came to the part when we're speaking about overtrading, spreading the bid, looking for good risk management. Then we have also the emotions. So how you handle your emotions?
Emotions, I think, are usually the worst when you oversize or go all in at once and you're not flexible, or you're unsure about your trade. I never go in unless I'm fully sure. And of course, with my setup, I set my risk as where I'm comfortable with. But as long as I'm comfortable, then I'm no emotion. If I'm uncomfortable, I de-risk. I pull out some margin. That's my rule. Because why should I stress myself out? Why should I give myself a heart attack every day? If I'm coming here every day, I want to be comfortable. I want to create this into passive income. And why should you be stressed out about passive income? That's my rule. So always set yourself enough margin. If you're incorrect, to bring yourself back. Be comfortable, be relaxed. The setting, just set it, forget it, have a life. Like that one German that we follow from Dubai, he always says, just have a life and enjoy the ride. So that's how it is. Because at the end of the day, you get the first newsprint. Trading, in a way, should be kind of like not retirement in a sense, but a skill set where you're not a slave to the market. You're not trapped all the time. and your emotions are always balanced and leveled out. The only time your heart should go up is when you're at the gym or you're outside running or doing like an intense workout, I think. If your heart is going up like crazy when you're trading the market, you're doing it incorrectly. So maybe spread it out, or you've used Fabio's like swing system as well. Swing trade, of course, is a lot more comfortable. Fabio has it set up in MenthorQ. We can get into that later as well, what he's developed. So that's what I think. So let's see on the news. Yeah, nothing major. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have too much volatility. So look at this. We got the volatility of New York Open, Patrick. More so on the S&P PMI. No surprises.
I don't know. Maybe if the audience has any questions while we continue our analysis, please send them in the comments as always. We'll try to answer everything that you ask. So.
But Steve, I'm always emotional. I'm always emotional.
But
I'm controlled emotional. So that's
controlled, yes. Of course.
So everyone who knows me, I'm the guy who go all in, like a casino, all fucking in. I put all my money in, no matter what. But first, I start very small. I never risk really big thing. I tested the position, I tested, and then if I see it goes in my favor, boom, I take it, and then I get emotional. So if you make huge money, of course you can make emotional. But if you lose something, you can go also emotional. So that's the fun part of trading. So there's no rule that you should not be emotional, but you should be always controlled emotional. So you should not freak out, and you should not cry. I was seeing many traders who cry. So never do this. Yeah. And look at this. They hang around on the blind spot level again. It's amazing. It's really amazing to see how the levels are working.
Yeah.
Okay, we get one question.
I can take that, Rajesh. So we use a combination of different assets. Definitely the one that you mentioned here, but there's others. We look at correlations. So the algorithm will be calculating highly correlated asset on the back end, and will basically create the blind spot level based on the correlation. So yeah, those definitely some of them. There might be others in the calculation.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And then we came to the part. So when we speak about risk, when we speak about emotion, when we speak about everything. So what is this meaning to be a pro for you? So how do you treat trading like a business?
I'll let you take this one, Patrick, because I'm looking into a trade idea right now. So it's a crazy time in the market.
Let's share your trade idea with us.
Multitasking.
Well, one, this is live, my friends. So this is maybe in the next delayed session, but this is live broker.
In the delayed session. Okay. So one of the
not financial advice, Patrick.
Yeah, of course. There's never be a financial
because
advice.
of the financial advice, I cannot say Patrick. So
okay, but here's the clue. So if you're looking to the blind spots, we see also some little pullback. So let's see how this plays out. Did we see here the pullback, or is this now a little bit fake? So this could be one of the trade idea. All right, Patrick, if you use the gamma levels from futures to define the blind spots, would it be the only indicator to have on the screen? Do we need other levels? It's really depend on your trading style, my friend. So I'm the one who loves to read the price action and have the chart as clean as possible. This is for me the major one, and for me it's I have the blind spots, I have the gamma levels there, and that's it. So this is also one of the big big crazy reason why we was developing the blind spots. So when we're looking to, for example, we're looking to VIX, we're looking to SPY, we're looking to this, we're looking to that, then our mind and our eyes going crazy, and we have so many shit around us, we have so many noise around us, and this is something why we was developing also the blind spots, to take out all the noises, to have all the major correlations from the underlying assessed, and then boom, we're plotting this in the futures or on the ETF. Now the algorithm is doing this for us, and then boom, we have this there. So this is my major one, yes, and I really like to do this. I hope this answers your question. But maybe Steve, I can answer this for you. So how you treat trading as a business? I'm the happy one. Now I'll be retired. So why I can do this? So one of the major stuff for me was what I'm doing with my profits from trading. So there's first, you need a big team around you. As in trading, you need a team around you. But also as a trader, you need a big team around you. You need lawyers, you need tax advisors. So with all the profits, you have also to pay taxes. You have to pay something. So first, you have to be very careful how you manage all this. So that's the number one. Manage your taxes, manage your bills, manage to bring the food on the table. If you can do this, everything is fine, perfect. Then I was thinking, okay, what I will do with my rest of my money. And for me, something was directly clear to me. Make sure that I develop cash flow. How I could develop cash flows is like, for example, buy houses and let other families live in them. Boom. And that's it. And then you have enough houses where family lives, everything is fine, you get monthly income, it's now cash flow, and then you can take a life from this. So now I can say I was generating enough cash flow that I have not to work anymore. Trading is also a work for me. So, but now I have not to do this because I was generating enough cash flow to handle all expenses and have a really good life. And this is one of the major goals, how you should be treat trading as a business. Make sure that you pay your taxes first. Taxes always first. Make sure that you can pay your insurances. If something has happened in your life with your family, that you have the insurances. And then the second, pay the bills, bring the food on the table. And the third, make sure that you build cash flow. Invest in startups. Startups, what you really like. Help them to grow. Bring your ideas in the startup. Make the startup bigger, 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 and then boom, you have the cash out. You get money, cash flow. Or like what I was doing, buy some houses, let family live there. And then you get generating income. And that's it.
Can I ask a question, Patrick?
Of course.
So you and Steve have been trading together for many, many years, right? You met through different communities. What is one of the things that you learn from each other when trading together that help you like become better?
Oh, one thing what I was learning from Steve is like looking to the VIX. I was never looking to the VIX because this was not important for me. Why was this never be important for me? Because I was looking into the price action. There was no major stuff for me that I find it really interesting to look into the VIX. So Steve was always looking into the VIX, and then okay, it was making sense for me, and that's it. So
yeah, look at the VIX right now. It's great. Yeah. But yeah, like, yeah, one big thing with me for Patrick, and it's also like not only on the risk side, but the take profit side, is to, mainly on the losses, is to cut my losers a lot quicker and to look into the future instead of, because that's the issue a lot of traders has, they hold on to their losses way too long. So that's a big thing I learned about Patrick, is to be a little smarter about your positions and accept that you're incorrect for the time being. Because you're never going to be 100%, you're never going to be 90%. And to always, just switch your bias, cut your losses quicker than you would your winners, and let your winners run. So that's definitely something that I learned from Patrick for sure. That helped me in my trading career.
Kolo, this is a really nice question, but isn't the VIX included on the BL confluences? So as Fabio was mentioned, so the algorithm looks in many things, and he will show what is at the moment the best for the blind spots.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, you always have to look at also the VIX, not only on the blind spot side, but look at the movement of the VIX, because it's also like trading in different multiples. So like if you look at the percentage change of the VIX, is always maybe double digits sometimes. So it can have a big impact on the position too. So I would say what Steve is doing there, monitoring side by side, is actually a very good thing, because then you can see like if there is a divergence between the asset that you're monitoring and the VIX, and then have a double confirmation there.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because of course, yeah, like the S&P and NASDAQ, like the way they move, the velocity, especially on the NASDAQ, is much faster. So that's why I always like to look at the S&P and NASDAQ, even though we have, of course, the blind spots and the confluence indicator, but also to see like how, like where the VIX is reacting from, to kind of zoom out. So yeah, VIX, I was kind of putting the top and the bottom of the range. We obviously broke out from the top of the range, and now we're squeezing higher on the VIX. It's coming to news as well, so I'd be careful. News, ISM PMI. I was looking into an idea, but I think I might just hold off, because sure, we're on an important level right now, but yeah, we're not bouncing from it very strong. From this demand zone from Friday, as well as the put support 0 DT. So I don't know. It's market that can definitely move a much lower. If it moves much lower, then I'll have to be patient and wait, because yeah, I'm never going to be shorting the bottom. It's very risky. But also, sure, I'm not going to be longing this bottom either, because we haven't had confirmation yet, and then we have news coming, so we can have that crazy volatility spike that can go in either which direction. So right now, I'm just being patient. Right now,
yeah, 100%. Wait for the hourly close, and then see what inputs we get with the economic data, and then let's go.
Yeah.
And also take a note where the wicks are. So we are above the one-day max. So this is something what's also really interesting. We are above the high wall level, and also if you're now looking to the S&P, and if you're looking to the QQQ. So on S&P, we are at the moment on the one-day min. So we bounce back on the one-day min. But this is something what we were seeing very often. So you see, for example, on S&P that we hit the one-day min, but on the QQQ we doesn't hit this. And sometimes they're working hand in hand. So if the S&P, for example, the SPY ETF goes much more to the downside, they're breaking the one-day min, and then some people are wondering why the one-day min is not holding. So what's going on? Is the level at drunken? No, they are not drunken. Look to the QQQ, for example. So we was not hitting on the QQQ, as example, the one-day min. And magic has happened if we hitting, or we came near the one-day min area. Not always, but most of the time, we see also some reaction on the S&P, and then we know, okay, now we get it. So that's the correlation between the SPY and the QQQ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, now we're getting a reaction right into news, 1 hour close. Yeah, just be careful. Volatility about to kick in. Just sit back, see what happens. Crazy how it's just bouncing right on the one-day min, Fabio. Crazy. Happens so often.
We like to see that.
Yeah. Strong reaction right now, leading into news. Let's see what we get. I know a lot of prop firms have rules about news, whether you can trade them or not, especially more so on the CFD side. Oh. Get a little reaction.
Now let's see.
A little sell to the downside. Nothing too crazy.
This is for
Still
you.
look. Sorry, go ahead.
There's a question for you. Why do you use MT5 instead of Sierra or other platforms?
So for me, it's because I'm trading the CFD brokers. So MT5 is the best. MT5 never breaks down. Patrick has experience with MT5. So if you're using the CFDN, because I'm not based out of the US, so I'm able to use the CFD brokers, and they just give me the best risk parameters, the best risk tools. So for me, there's no reason to be trading futures at the moment because the spread is good. I open up my corporate account through CFD brokers. One of them I use is ACAP. I use like a business corporate account. They give me really good spreads, good fees. Or actually, there's no fees when I trade indices, and I'm able to use MT5. And MT5 is one of the strongest platforms to use on that end. Of course, if I was out of the US, then I would have to use futures. So
Yeah, but also if you be based on the US, you can also use the MT5 with other brokers. So for me and for Steve, I think for us both and for all traders should be find a platform where you can have a really stable execution, where not bullshit is any happened. And I can say confirm what Steve is also confirmed. For me, it's not the broker or this. For me, it's how stable is the platform. Are they freezing, or is there something happen, or I don't know. And also, you must think about this. So if you're working with the broker, you have most of the time something happened, and they say something to you in the fine prints. They are not covering any bullshit what's happened with a third-party platform. And the third-party platform could be Sierra Chart, NinjaTrader, MT5, or whatever. And this is something what you have cover as a trader. And we were speaking about treat this like a business. And when the broker is not covering the bullshits from third party, so then we have to cover this. And then we must find something for us what we can really trust. For me, it's like MT5 is one of my favorite because it's the stable one.
One of the most stable, honestly. And then we don't have to get into it, no promotion or anything, but there's a reason why a lot of the CFD prop firms lost to MT5 and why some of them kept their MT5. So just kind of do your research on that sense, and you know the strength on what's happening there. Ooh,
yeah, and one point what I can say also to this is like it must not be many people speaking about Sierra Chart, NinjaTrader, TradingView, and all this stuff. It's not like that you're looking only on the part that this tool where you execute your trades are good with technical analysis or something like this. So for my part, I have TradingView for my technical analysis, and I have MetaTrader to execute my trades. So this is not meaning that you have to follow only one single platform where you execute and where you make your technical analysis. Maybe Sierra Chart is very nice. I have really no idea about Sierra Chart because I was never looking into it. To be really honest, I can never say something about this. Yeah. NinjaTrader, yeah, I was looking into this, but it's not my favorite. I was saying this why, but it's also good to have one platform where you can do your technical analysis and the other one where you place your trades. Or if you have the option to place your trades directly on the broker without any delay, you have also to measure the time, so the milliseconds maybe. So if you place now on Sierra, MetaTrader, NinjaTrader, your trades, how fast they get executed from the platform, and then compare both platforms, how fast they are. And especially when you place stop losses or something like this, how accurate they get filled, and how much milliseconds or how much delay you have. This is one critical stuff. And also, I was figuring out sometimes, it's many years before, it's much better to execute the trades directly on the broker side and not in other tool where I have the data feed
on. We have another question for you, maybe Patrick or Steve. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, after looking into the trading view for levels and blind spots, etc., what exactly you check in the order flow before you usually put in a trade?
So if that's live data, we can't answer then, right? That's because that's live data. That's different.
So what do you mean with order flow? Do you mean options order flow, or do you mean volume order flow? What order flow you mean?
Yeah.
Because I think there's a big difference between options order flow, where there are tools outside where you can use, or do you mean the order flow from the volume? Volume. Okay. Volume. Holy moly. Oh, Steve, should I talk about this? Really? Oh, man. Okay.
You were tired, Patrick. Go.
I get a heart attack. Okay, come on. So, future primarily. Okay, nice. Personally, I'm not using options order flow and also not volume order flow. I'm not looking into it. For me, I see no reason. So many people in the community, many other people, friends of mine, they looking into the to the order flow in the volume order flow. But for me, no, that's not my tool. And this is the cool thing. And this is the cool thing. Every trader is individual. So there are traders who are using this. Other traders, they're trusting only in the SMAs. There are other traders that are trusting more in the RSI. There are other traders that are trusting more like any other magic indicator. But for me, I was never looking into options order flow and never looking into volume order flow, because it was not making sense for me. I speak only for me. It was not making sense for me. But if it makes sense for you, perfect, do it. There's no right, there's no wrong. Only if you be profitable, this proves that you're right.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Man, look at NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA down close to 6%. Market, since the New York Open, since our 3 volatility events, just going straight down. Definitely no long for me. No validation. VIX looking strong. VIX coming up to the strong call resistance at the level 18. Only stock that's in the green is Tesla. Yeah, I guess Tesla's still holding its base. NVIDIA just straight down. Meta just selling off now. Amazon making new lows. Yeah, Google. I would say probably Microsoft.
I think that's a really good question for you, Fabio. Now that we are below all gaps and blind spot levels for SPY, what do you do? Nothing and wait. I would say we should look into the net checks. Yeah. What net checks are telling us.
Yeah, 1 second. So basically,
Matrix, you said, Patrick?
No, net checks.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. The net, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, one thing we can do is go into the bot and we look at our net checks chart on SPY. And we open it up and we can also look at other levels that could be a play. So within the indicator, we don't show all these levels just because otherwise you would be plotting like potentially 20, 30 different lines. So you only have a certain amount of levels that are plotted, but you can also come here and see, for example, other levels that could be a play. So if we look at SPY, we're now at 557. You can come back here and you can see kind of like other levels that could be a play, like here in this area or in this area here.
Yeah, this is one tool what we can use, and also Surai, I was many time talking about the Fibonacci levels, so the Fibonacci tool. So if there's no more levels, we have also our Fibonacci tool where we can connect the last level to a great point. So yeah, there are many tools what you have, but one of the major one is of course the net checks. Using the net checks and look what levels are in the play based on the net checks.
Yeah.
And you can screenshot this. You can make this as an image and have this side by side on your trading, so that you know, okay, what is now where we are now, and then boom, you can execute based on this, for example.
Yeah.
And also, it's not like that. So if you say about, okay, there's something where Steve and I telling you any time, and this is something like, look to your watch list. So if he's speaking about SPY, if he's speaking about QQQ on SPY, yeah, we have no level. And I was telling you this. So we was breaking now the 1 day min, of course, but I was saying to you also, look to the QQQ. The QQQ is not touching at the moment right now the 1 day min. So there is something. So look what Steve is doing. We have the side by side. The QQQ is not touching 1 day min, so we holding this area. The SPY ETF is below 1 day min, but there is something. So we have also the QQQ where we can look into this. Also, the VIX, we have the call resistance. We came now to the call resistance on the VIX. Look to this level. Can we break the call resistance on the VIX, or will the call resistance working as resistance? So is there the shift in the market? I don't know. So, but you have enough levels to look into this. And maybe if you're trading only the ETFs, look to your watch list, look to the Magnificent Seven, NVIDIA. As Steve was saying, NVIDIA have a little bit sell off. Look to the NVIDIA. How the levels from NVIDIA are looking up. So what level is in the play from NVIDIA? And then looking for the correlation, not looking only to one asset. If there's nothing, looking also to the correlation, it's also an alternative.
Yeah, and as you can see, Patrick, actually, what we can see here we can actually convert levels from one asset to the other one. So very simple. From the indicator, I basically converted the QQQ levels to SPY in this case. And as we can see, as Patrick was saying, we still have kind of like those two levels on the QQQ to watch for.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're breaking the 1 day min. Yeah, just straight down move. Strong sell-off since New York open. VIX obviously gave you that extra confirmation. Broke the 1 day max and kind of broke midday resistance above, started squeezing higher right to level 18.
Yeah. And Marius, no offense, guys. Thank you, my friend. But right now, intraday 5,500 is gaining stream. Yeah. So it's depend on what you're looking for. So we are looking at the moment on the S&P 500. We're looking on the QQQ, and we're looking on the VIX. So we have not our eyes on the SPX or on the ES at the moment. So this is why our focus is on the ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
And we are not CNBC, who cover everything.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah, you're right. So we have also to look into other major levels. But as I said, so as a trader, find the assess what you really like, what you feel be comfortable to look into this. And for me, one of the most thing what I was doing if I was trading the NQ, I was looking into the QQQ and in the SPY. I was never looking into the ES or something like this. For me, the levels on S&P ETFs that was more important as the ES or the SPX. Don't ask me why, but I found it's much easier to look into the ETFs as to the futures or to the indices.
Yeah. Keep it simple, stick to one, use the others as confluences. That's also why we have like the blind spots presented, the confluence indicator.
It's a good question from Rajesh. I can answer that. So could you show us how you have blind spots level configured in your premium indicator? Yeah, no problem. So if we go back here, I have two indicators, the MenthorQ blind spot and the MenthorQ premium. Within the premium, I have levels. I can get the levels directly from the bot by typing the different commands. For example, the TV futures allows me to get those 5 assets. I have NQ, QQQ, but I can also use the list command, and I can get, you know, NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, Meta. Can copy those, and I can add them in the box here. So now, if we go to Tesla, for example, you will see the levels appearing here, right? Then in the futures chat, we post our blind spots level. So I can simply copy this text here, and then I can come into my blind spot indicator. I already did that, but I could copy the text here, press OK, and now I can get my SPX blind spot as well as JAX level. What I typically do as well, I change the colors, so I make them white, so it's much easier to see right here. Let's do them all. And then I basically also would offset here by maybe 250 bars. That means that my blind spot will be here. So I can change that. I can do it 150, and then basically you have the blind spot level and the gamma level side by side, basically.
Yeah.
Very, very simple.
Tesla's looking strong today.
It does.
Sorry, just reporting. It's just sorry, we're reporting on the live. Nvidia still down 6%. DXY, what's the DXY doing?
And I think that's a good point. So I was really thinking about the last 2 minutes about what you was writing down, Marius, about why we not cover the 5,500 level, and this is something what I was doing also in my career. So find the way how you can read the market on your side. So if you love to see the level 5,500, perfect. This could be your indicator. This could be where you're looking for. So Steve's technique is like looking into the ETFs, what I was saying before. And this is something what makes him successful. You will be successful if you're looking to the price level 5,500. I will never looking into any other assets. So for me, it's like, okay, I be in the market, I'm looking into the price action, I have no eyes for other things. Okay, I can looking in the QQQ, I can look into the VIX, but if I be in the trade, my full focus is on manage my trade. Because I'm a scalper. I'm trick in, trick out, taking my money. That's it. Leave the market, have a good time. And I think it's really depend on any trading strategy. And this is why I love your comment so hard, because this shows that everyone is right and everyone is wrong. If you're speaking to traders, you will have. I will promise you, if you're speaking to 100 traders about his strategy, you get 100 different answers. And this is something what is really cool. And we can take out from anyone some little piece, some little tiny golden nugget. We must not be angry with everyone. I will also not agree many times with Steve. Steve is also not angry many times with me, because he holding his position, for example, 20 minutes. He let it run. I freak out if I hold my position 15 minutes. For example, my average holding time is 1 minute. So one example how different trading styles could be. And this is the nice thing on trading. And this is why I love trading. If you listen to some traders who have experience, who was proved that they are really good. Steve is proving this every day in the community. I was doing this also in the community. And find out what he is doing right and how you can implement this stuff into your trading strategy. And this is one major goal, what you can do. Maybe if I'm asking Fabio, what is Fabio's trading strategy? If I'm asking Doc, if I'm asking Tim, if I'm asking other traders in our community, they have so many different trading strategies. And also, we have the question from Rajesh. He was speaking about order flow. If you're looking to order flow, no, I'm not doing this. But maybe you and other traders are doing this, and for you, this is really important. And you see, do you not seeing the point of control there? So no, because I'm not using this. And this is the cool thing. So I can think about everything, and then I'm looking for the golden nuggets and put this into my trading strategy, and I'm growing as a trader. And this is amazing. I love it so much. Yeah.
Yeah, Rajesh, you can find the indicator under your integration. So if you let me show you again. So if you log into your website, your portal, your account dashboard, you can come into integration, and you will be able to get access to the blind spot indicator. So we have two. You can also use the premium, but the blind spot is tailored for the blind spot, so you have more functionality there. So you can get it there.
Yes. Good point, Paolo. You could use Fibonacci levels. There's nothing correlated below. Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Last VIX is holding level 18. Sorry, Fabio, go ahead.
No, I think we will let you go back to trading, Steve. We have 5 minutes left. Let's see if we get more questions.
And in the moment where you type in your questions in the comment section, my best friendly advice for everyone who listen to this, who spend time with us, make trading as easy as possible for you. Bring us down to the easiest and simplest stuffs. Never overlooking, never over trading, never over analyzing. Make it as easy as possible for you. That you can take out the most of them.
Easy and simple, right, Patrick? Very
go
clean.
back to the basics. Go back to the basics. So Steve, how often I was telling you when we was trading, I really thinking that all the indicators, RSI, MACD, volume profile, SMA, call it whatever you want, that this was something before my time, of course, when guys was developing stuff like this. But there was something like, okay, how we can trick the retail traders? Yeah, we developed like 200 different indicators, and then yeah, they were looking for the holy grail, and everyone have something. Something is lacking, and then boom. Maybe think about this: why we have so many indicators? Why when you're using a broker software, you have so many indicators there? Why we bullshit? Why traders bullshit each other? What indicator is the best indicator? Man, this could be a strategy from the broker, from the market maker. Hey, let bring the retail traders crazy. Let's bullshit them each other. Which indicator is the best? And we making our money. Think about the broker, the market makers. They making always this money. But we retail traders, we bullshit us sometimes each other. Why? Because we are not focused. We are not focused on the basics. If we focus on the basics, we can make our money. We have not to overcomplicate this. And this is something, yeah. This is why I'm always basic, simple, easy. Make it as easy as possible. And the crazy thing is, if you explain something like really easy, simple, and basic stuff, they not understand this. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we get a question. Nice. I like it.
So I think Joel, first of all, just to show you, if you have an account, we actually have a course directly using blind spots. So if you come to our academy, the free academy, we have a course dedicated to blind spots. So that will answer all your questions here. You can have a look at those lessons. So the blind spots are calculated by looking at correlated assets. So in this course, we will show you more information about it and how to use them. So please, if you have a chance to look at that, you can find all the information that you need on blind spot there as well.
Yeah. All right. I think it was a good question. Thank you, Steve, for your time.
Of course.
So
yeah, and as always,
we have also the Labor Day sale. Is this done, or we have 1 day off?
We have it. Yes, we still have 1 day. Yes, so if you guys want to join us, use this coupon code when you go to the checkout page. You can find all the information here. Click on the membership, and you can apply the coupon right here. Very easy.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we're gonna have 2 live sessions. One is gonna be on option pricing. So if you come to our YouTube channel, check out our live sessions. So we're gonna have one on option risk and managing Greeks. So Ryan, who is an ex-market maker, will be showing you how to use the Black-Scholes model to calculate Greeks, to calculate your options portfolio risk directly in Excel. Very exciting, very good session there. And then tomorrow afternoon, we're going to go live. Me and Patrick, we're going to talk about earnings, swing trading models. We're going to show you our new option screeners. We're going to have a great update, hopefully by tomorrow, so we can share it with you live. So that's going to be exciting. And then obviously we have the rest of the week where we're going to talk about futures, bar-to-bar analysis on Friday. So it's a short week, but lots of things happening. So yeah, stay with us. You can find us live on YouTube or directly through Twitter. And we look forward to seeing you there, guys.
Yeah. Have a good one, everyone.
Perfect. Thanks, Fabio.
See
Thanks,
you
everyone.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Patrick. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.